Welcome to Reddit Tea Time. Am I the bonehead for getting upset at my wife for hanging around with a single man after hours after work while our children are home alone and I'm working overnight? My wife, female 35, works at a bar as a bartender/server. I, male 38, work overnights sometimes. Usually when my wife leaves work, she will text me and say, "Just got out," almost always. Then I will call her when I have a chance. This time I noticed it was getting late, past her normal work hour, and I texted her if she was out. It took her 10 minutes to respond. She says she was giving a guy she works with a ride to a bar. The bar was closed, then is now giving him a ride to another bar. Then she stays at the bar and drinks with the guy for an hour before giving him a ride home and sitting in the car talking to him for 20 minutes before leaving. During this time, I was upset and called and texted a few times. I told her to drive to my work so I could talk to her. When she got there, she accused me of being jealous and that in our 10 years of marriage she has never given me a reason to not trust her and that I do not trust her, and now she is second-guessing our marriage. Not only that, she left without finishing our conversation. She dismissed everything I said and replied with, "I don't trust her or deserve her." Then she kept hanging up on me and just berating me if she picked up the phone, to the point that I stopped. I tried to be the bigger person and tell her I loved her, and she said, "Stop acting like this or I am gone." Holy crap, yes, I may have been pissed because I was like, WTF. She didn't necessarily try and hide it because she told me when I asked her, and she never lied about where she was or what she was doing. I don't think she really wants a divorce or to be with other people, but right now I'm really flustered by the whole night. But really, hanging out with single men after work hours, not telling me, and leaving our kids home alone during those couple hours? Am I the bonehead? Are you sure your wife isn't cheating? Her behavior is really suspicious and she's being very defensive. But the greatest issue is that your kids are being left home alone by both of you. At no point in your post were you urging her to go home. You were solely concerned about your feelings over what your wife could have been up to with another man. You never asked her to go home. You did ask her to come meet you at your workplace so you could talk. Not the bonehead for being upset that she was hanging out with a man, but you are both boneheads for leaving your kids home alone. Am I the bonehead for explaining to my youngest why her sister has nicer things than her and I won't be buying it for her? So we have two daughters, 12 and 14. Let's call them Emma and Abby. Both girls get $10 a week to use for whatever they want. Now Abby has learned to save instead of buying whatever she wants. She will save up and get nicer things. She just got a lamp that throws stars on the ceiling. Emma doesn't save. She will buy really cheap things that just kinda break after a bit. I have explained this so many times to her, but she wasn't getting it, so I am letting her learn it by experience. Back to the lamp. Emma saw it and was really upset she didn't have one. This turned into her being upset that her sister has nicer stuff. I sat her down and explained that she was able to buy the nice stuff since she saved her money for it. She asks if I could get it for her and I told her no, since she will need to save up for it. She has been pouting all day, but when I explained the situation to my partner, they were pissed. We got into a huge argument and they think I am a huge jerk for telling her all this. I need an outside opinion. We have tried piggy bank and writing her money down before. Doesn't work. Also, we will not hold on to part of it to force saving, since that is us saving her money, not teaching her to save and not impulse buy. Any ideas would be appreciated. We will try the 3 piggy bank method. Hopefully she will not touch her saving and take them out like she has done before, though I don't ever think it got above $15, not the bonehead. You're trying to teach your daughter financial responsibility. Your partner, however, is a bonehead. Left on their own, they would raise a very entitled child. Keep teaching her. She'll thank you when she grows up. Would I be the bonehead for not going to sit with my ex-husband as he died? I, 57 female, was married to my husband for 27 years. We split up 6 years ago due to him seeing a younger woman and also cheating on me countless times during our marriage. We have 3 adult children together and grandchildren. I hadn't heard from him in the last year and a half, and a few days ago, I got a call. He told me he only had a few weeks left, cancer, and asked if I would come see him. He said he was afraid to die alone and had always hoped he'd be next to me as he went. I said I'd think about it, but I knew in my mind I wouldn't. I guess my ex-husband told my kids he had asked and they asked me if I was going to go, which I had said no, I didn't think I was. They were super distraught about it and angry, and continued to tell me how he had no one except us, and that I'd be horrible if I didn't go see him. That yes, he cheated, but I shouldn't let him die alone and scared, and that I was being immature and petty about such a big thing. It is true, he has no family except for our children, and I do feel badly for him. But we've been divorced for a while now. Would I be the bonehead if I decided not to? You're not the bonehead. My first question is, where are all his other women? And you have 3 grown children, why can't they stay with him? Why is it your responsibility? His request is unreasonable given how much he hurt you during your marriage. Your kids are being boneheads for sweeping his infidelity under the rug and trying to pressure and guilt you into doing something you don't want to do. Sorry for his impending death, but he made his own bed. Am I the bonehead for pulling a prank on my wife that caused collateral damage? First off, my wife and I do very stupid silly pranks on each other. It's a love language. She loves to be pranked. It's never anything humiliating, denigrating, demeaning, etc. If you're familiar with the show New Girl, her pranks to me are on par with Winston's too small pranks. They're just silly. Mine to her are a little bigger just because she loves it so much. Like once I found out how to change the background on her car screen and took a picture of my butt and put it on there. She laughed about it for hours. I changed it back. About 2 years ago when she was having a giggle fit, she told me her idea for a big prank was to switch someone's deodorant stick with cream cheese. She laughed so hard about it that she cried. She said she could never do that, but how funny would it be? Well, I saved it in my back pocket. It had to line up with her needing a new stick of deodorant and me being able to do it without her noticing. So yeah, 2 years later, I finally got things going. Unfortunately, her sister came to stay with us. They use the same deodorant, and her sister mistook the cream cheese one for hers. She put it on. I cannot understand how she didn't immediately notice it because I tested it on myself and it wasn't a pretty sight. I do have hairier pits than she does. But apparently it took her at least until she went to the store, in a sleeveless top, and yeah. She rained down on me like hellfire, yelling about how I humiliated her and how disgusting it was, and she'd have to take like 5 showers to get the stench of hot cream cheese off. She told me that I was childish and stupid. My wife was, at the time, out of the house, so she thought I did it on purpose. I tried to explain it to her and apologized a million times, and she just kept laying it on me. When I told my wife, she didn't remember that she'd been the one to come up with it. She laughed but said that I should have known better and I should have remembered her sister would be there. Am I the bonehead? Now for some comments. Not the bonehead. That's quite the overreaction. How are you to know that your sister-in-law would grab your wife's deodorant and use it? How are you to know that the two of them used the same deodorant? This is the dynamic the two of you have, and there was nothing malicious here. Not the bonehead. How in the name of Thor's beard do you not realize if you just used cream cheese as deodorant? Like really, how? I've got some cream cheese in the fridge. I've just got to test this. Edit. It's nothing like deodorant. What the hell? Edit 2. Also, my armpit is now full of cream cheese and I have a whole packet of crackers good to go. Don't judge me. Am I the bonehead for laughing at a story my brother was telling me where he was the victim? My 19 male brother, 24 male, loves traveling with his girlfriend and acting cultured. They're the type of people to go to Italy and try to pronounce mozzarella correctly and mess it up horribly, or try to talk to locals like they're a local or something and they mess it up horrible because it's pretty obvious they're tourists. Now for the story. Me, my brother and some of his friends were playing poker and having friendly conversations, bringing up stories, the likes. And my brother, who recently came back from Sri Lanka, brought up how a local harassed his girlfriend when they tried to buy something at a shop, and she told the elderly lady there the price was wrong and that she wanted the real local price. And apparently she didn't have great English, so his girlfriend was working with her trying to get the price right, and some guy at the back of the shop got up and told her to F off in what he says was definitely American English. She said excuse me, and he got up in her face and told her that he wasn't gonna let someone speak to his grandma like that and told her to leave. And my brother, who was on a call, immediately hung up and tried to defend her, and he got up in his face too apparently, and lifted his shirt to show a switchblade and told them to leave too, which he did. I chuckled a little because the idea he was about to fight a dude in his own country, in his own city, at his own shop, was a little funny. And before he could start yelling and asking me why, I said, "Bro, you kinda deserved it." He said, "Excuse me." I said, "Well, you got in an old lady's face and argued over what? Maybe like $1 USD or something." He said, "We did our research, we know the price was wrong." I said, "I don't know, man, but getting in an old lady's face and yelling at her in a language she doesn't understand is kinda wild." He said, "You know what? Just get out." I said, "Excuse me." He said, "Yeah, get out of my house," grabbed my cash out of the pit. We weren't really playing. Each chip was cash, but whoever got the most chips would win the cash, and we put in $20 each. Shoved it into my face and kicked me out. He's left me undelivered, and I'm starting to think I overreacted. Not the bonehead. This is why Americans have a bad reputation abroad. Why would you go to a foreign country and start assuming you know better? Like you said, even if the price was jacked up, we're talking about maybe $1. Girlfriend could have let it go instead of berating an elderly woman in her own shop. What do you think? Please tell me in the comments below. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because you won't want to miss a single Reddit story. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you soon.